Okay, so a friend of mine on here asked me how exactly I go about loading a beam in case his company ever decides to buy one. He'll have an idea. So I'm going to try to make this as short and simple as I can. First things first, what I do, come up, I turn that valve. It's going to drop all the air in my trailer to get it as low to the ground as I can. And walk all the way back up here. All right, I'm gonna need two hands for a second. Okay, so I've got to put 3 pieces of wood like that right across the back of my frame. Make sure they're not gonna touch my fenders. Because I'm stretched out so far, my stinger bar's back there. Obviously it doesn't hit the frame. Then I can set down on the wood and get disconnected. All right, now that the gooseneck's ready to come off, just jump back up in here. I'll throw the air back into my tractor so it'll take a little bit of weight up off and the gooseneck won't drag. See if she's up. Yeah, she's up a little bit. I've got that nice overextend switch there, so now I'll let that air up. Get it up a little higher so I can pull over onto these RCEs here, and I'll run up and get the machine. So next is I'll get it squared up like that on both sides. I get my angle so I can use that D-ring there. Be a chain from the track down to that D-ring. Yeah, I'll clean the tracks. They got shitted up, and then another chain down to that D-ring. I actually might track it back about 2 inches. And then I'll swing around. I'll lift the front of the machine up. I got to put those big ass 70-pound chunks of oak right underneath the frame there. This way we can get the tracks up off the ground. And then I got to put a setup under the front. Then we'll work on getting her aired up. That's what the blocks look like underneath. I just got a little bit of pressure on them now. I just rehooked. Got it set up, put a little bit of pressure on there. So we're gonna jump up here now and throw some, you can slowly hear it going in there. We'll let that air up. Usually takes a couple minutes. I got the other track semi cleaned up. Gotta get this one cleaned up. And then I'll start chaining it down. Next I throw a pin right inside the sprocket there, and I'll slowly track the tracks backwards. And you can see it actually picks that sag up out of it pretty good there. Once I hit level ground, it won't be bad. The tracks themselves could be a little bit tighter, but it's a low grouser machine, so I should be pretty good going down the road. I could actually set my height just a hair higher too, but doing that sure as hell beats throwing chains up over trying to pick that sag up out. All right, that's it. I'm loaded, chained down, aired up. I pulled down on this road here, get out of the fucking mud finally. But yeah, my tracks still need to be cleaned off a little bit better, I guess. But man, they were bad. But this is how I chain down on our beam trailer when I haul our 450s. I'll throw one from the tracks to that D-ring there, then I'll cross these ones. I go around the mounts for the small roller there. I know some guys are probably gonna be like, oh, that's not a suitable anchor point, but let me tell you, that ain't going nowhere. If that breaks, I got a whole lot more worse shit on my mind to happening. But I think we're pretty good there. So chain over to boom. That's it. She's aired up. We're ready to roll. I don't know how many of you other guys out there choose to work on and maintain your own company vehicles. But I'll tell you what, you ain't got these kind of wheel lifts, y'all don't know what you're missing. These things cut PM in half. Take about 10 minutes to set them up. Walk right up underneath. Laying on your back shit's too old. Those days have come and gone. This is gonna be fun. Up here in Honesdale, right on the side of Route 6. After about a year and a half sitting here, They sent me up to get one of our 320s out of here. The owner of the company I work for owns this property, and there was a little house right here, a house in the garage or some shit. They tore it down, like I said, about a year and a half ago. I can't even get all the way off the shoulder because it's soft. I'm not going to risk that. But I got another guy coming up. He's going to back in here a little bit. I'm going to throw that clamp right there on his truck real quick. Then I'm going to load the 320 on myself. That should be interesting. Well, that actually went a whole lot smoother than I thought it would. Big Money Wayne came up with me today. So, get that chain down, get him out of the way. Throw this old girl up on. Loaded up, ready to get the fuck out of the street up here. Fucking people. No one wants to slow down. No one wants to move over. You gotta love working in the construction industry. How many of you other equipment hauling guys, whether it's guys in a lowboy or guys in tag-alongs and single axles with trailers, hauling that smaller shit, unload at a lot of your job sites and parking lots like this. This is like a big park area, baseball fields. Shit, that right there is actually a firing range. But I haven't heard any gunshots go off yet this morning. Anyway, how many of you guys unload in places like this, or hell, even in the middle of the street like a lot of us do, and not trust the motherfucker around you? Like, for instance, this one here I just loaded. I swapped it out with the one the guy's using over there. And as I was turning around, 2 cars came in, and I stopped immediately right where I was at. I won't fucking move because I just don't trust the way people think anymore. And then when I was unloading the other loader off the trailer, that one over there, another truck pulled in, stopped dead. My back wheels were on the pavement, my front ones were on the trailer. I wouldn't move. I just don't trust people. I've had people do the dumbest shit. I've had fucking cars come in between the split of my truck and my trailer there and shit like that. I've literally, down in Bethlehem last year, went to put a loader in the middle of the street up on my trailer, and 2 little fucking kids walked right between my loader and the deck of my trailer, laughing and giggling. Like, I just don't trust anybody anymore. I've got a bunch of videos on my page of our shop, but you know, I've never taken one from an aerial standpoint. This is up on a area, I don't know, we got a bunch of parts and shit stored up here. This is where we keep all of our oils, shit like that. And then that's pumped right down through the shop. But yeah, it's pretty wild when you look at it from up here. That's that bay right there, that's Eric. She's doing a motor job on this triaxle. Sometimes you got to pull something really old out, go over it. I think he's actually going to get ready to go to a job, do some on-site screening. Got some fab guys here. Those are our pipeline guys. They're welding up some shit for a job we're doing in the shopping. The other welding bay down there, our in-house guy was doing some work on a bucket today. But this gives you a better idea of actually how big our shop really is. Shit, Eric hooked onto that screening plant and just pulled it straight through. Come in one door, right out the other. So, and it's nice when you got guys that work with you that keep your shit clean. Look how clean that shop is. There's freaking oils and grease all over the floor. Shit. Got a 350 cylinder on the machine getting ready to come apart and be rebuilt. So I know the company I work for is looking for a mechanic. So if anybody's interested, definitely hit them up. Well, this just goes to show, even with locker rears, it's wet as hell. All this fucking greasy ass snot here. And I've got good tires. The front axle tires are almost brand new. Back axle's like 3/4. They're not a huge lugger tire, but they're a good tread. Just won't move. Trying to push this heavy ass trailer up this hill. Doesn't want to happen. So there's nowhere to turn around up there, and I don't feel like backing out empty. So we'll go up, grab the machine, walk it down here and load it up. But I had some guys comment asking me why I have my my flip up neck down. This position here is the only way with this tractor we can get my numbers right on all my axles. We flip that up, takes about 4.5 feet off, and I don't know if you can see it, I've got a lot of slide on the fifth wheel. Puts my drives way over. We could slide it all the way forward and try to put some up front, but we just can't get it right. I've even tried jacking a ton of air pressure into the lift just to see what happens, and it doesn't change a whole hell of a lot. So this is the reason I run the flip up neck down in that position. I know it's a lot of room between here and there, but that's how the numbers come up. And like I said, we actually have scales right at our shop that are calibrated. They're right on. I can scale on those and then go to a cat scale at the truck stop down the road, and my numbers are right there within 10 pounds. It's not bad at all. So time to break down, get loaded up here.